Hi, my name is Dom. I'm one of the experts by experience, and I'm here today to talk about one of my disabilities, which is OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Um, and I think one of the very first difficulties I face with it is that, at least for me, it doesn't sort of present as the sort of stereotype of this highly organized, sort of very clean, organized, tidy person. It's very far from it in my case, which can make people sort of have some misconceptions about me. Um, but I also struggle a lot with intrusive thoughts. Sometimes they're impulsive, or sometimes they can be these sort of moral judgments about myself, and then I sort of punish myself for it. And even though I know they're not sort of real, it still takes a lot of effort to sort of cope and manage that, and go about my day-to-day life, not thinking about those things when it's in your head. I think one of the things I found that helps a lot is medication. I was a bit nervous about it at first, but it really helped dealing with the immediate effects like those intrusive thoughts, but also kind of it helped me realize how much of my life was affected by it. And so when that went away, that was a massive burden lifted on me that I didn't even really know that I was feeling until it was gone. I also find it really helpful to talk to people about it, therapists, family, friends, and a lot of other people with OCD. Because even if I don't get any better understanding or come up with a sort of specific coping mechanism, it just helps sort of get those feelings out, and it sort of externalizes it and stops it being stuck with me. And if I had to think of sort of how it's helped, I suppose as an engineer, some of the sort of attention to detail, sort of obsession over patterns and symmetry and geometry sort of help with that. But that being said, I'm not so sure if there are any real successes. I think the reality of things like this is that sometimes they just aren't great, or at least they're kind of neutral. Just in the same way that something else about you that you might struggle with, but we're more than the sum of our parts, and it's just one part of who I am. And so I suppose that could be a success, is that it's sort of helped me be nicer to myself, and kind of the process I've gone through with this has I think, made me a more rounded person and given me a better understanding of a lot of struggles.